Oh, hello, this is Tak Chung from Walk with Tak. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you are interested in eating healthy food through home cooking, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I use a cooking system which I call it the FAST cooking system. FAST is the acronym for the 4 attributes of this cooking system. It stands for flavor chasing, advanced prepping, stir frying, and template-based cooking. Template-based cooking is a simple idea that basically you cook with a template rather than recipes. So by understanding and applying the template, you can cook many different dishes by making simple substitutions. In this video, I'm going to demonstrate the application of a template by taking an unfamiliar ingredients by incorporating it into a familiar template. In this video, I'm going to demonstrate how I'm going to make modifications to a basic vegetable stir-fry template. One of the most common use of this template is to stir-fry broccoli. And in the past, I stir-fry broccoli quite often with mushroom and carrot. Normally, when I use the mushroom, I will either use the white button mushroom or portobello mushroom. Recently, my friend Ryan introduced me to a new kind of mushroom which I have never seen before. This is a very interesting mushroom, and usually you find them grow at the bottom of the oak tree. The mushroom will sprout up suddenly during the fall, particularly when there's a lot of rain. The moisture spurs the growth of the mushroom. They grow very fast, and with a short amount of time, they reach the size of a basketball. Ryan told me that they call this mushroom either the sheep's head mushroom, or sometimes they call it hand of the wood. So after I have done some research on this mushroom, I discovered this mushroom is very popular in Japan and China. In fact, they have been eating this for culinary purpose for centuries. In Japanese, this mushroom is known as Maitake mushroom. The term Maitake is interesting. They call it dancing mushroom. I believe the name comes from the fact that not the mushroom will dance, but whoever finds the mushroom will dance with aesthetic. They probably because they were so happy thinking about the wonderful flavor and texture they're going to consume later on. One thing I also discovered that this mushroom can grow to enormous size. In Japan, it is frequently known as the king of mushroom because it can grow up to 6 feet in diameter. The mushroom that Ryan brought me is not as big. It is about the size of a soccer ball. Personally, I have never seen mushroom this big, particularly that is eatable in this size. So I'm going to compress this video to show you how I cut off the different clusters from the mushroom of its root. Sometimes Ryan told me that the mushroom could get pretty muddy and have a lot of bugs in it, but this particular one is pristine. Everything just looked perfect. While I was cutting it up, I was admiring the beauty of the mushroom. I put the mushroom in a sink of water to wash them, and then I teared them apart. I was surprised how easily they could be teared. After I tear them apart and rinse them briefly, I transfer them into a colander to let the water to be drained. I was extremely happy with the amount of mushroom that I get. I can understand why they call it Maitake or dancing mushroom, because I was about dancing around the mushroom as well. Looking at the texture of the mushroom, I know already it's going to cook very well using my basic stir-fry vegetable template. Okay, let's get going with the cooking. I'm going to cook this dish with my Cucina 14-inch stainless steel wok. I'm going to first season the wok with my spot seasoning method. If you're not familiar with this method, you can take a look at this video. I'm going to heat up the wok with high setting on the burner for about 30 seconds. I then add about 2 tablespoons of canola oil, just enough to cover the bottom of the wok. I let the oil to heat up until it starts to smoke gently, and then I turn the heat to low. I let the oil to smoke for another 15 seconds. This is the time when the wok is being seasoned. This approach will also guarantee the oil as hot as possible. I then add about 5 cups of broccoli to the wok. One important technique about this method is that you want to make sure the broccoli is thoroughly coated with oil, because it is the hot oil that is responsible for create flavor molecule on the surface of the broccoli. As you can see in the case of broccoli, the floret absorbed the oil rapidly. I put my oil in a squeeze bottle. That turned out to be very useful because I can then use the squeeze bottle to add oil specifically to certain regions of the wok. Next, I add the carrot to the wok. After a few quick stir, I add the Maitake mushroom to the wok. After I add the Maitake mushroom to the wok, I realized that I probably need to add more oil, so I did. I always try not to add too much oil at a time because I do not want the dish to be too oily, because I can always add more if I have to. Even though I have never cooked this mushroom before, but by judging their texture, I can see that they are cooking very nicely. I want to cook them as thoroughly as I could. So at this point, I also noticed that I probably could use a little bit more oil. So I grabbed my squeeze bottle and add a little bit more oil to the wok. So I'm judging the cooking process for all the other ingredients. I want the broccoli with the floret to be velvet soft, but the stem remain a little bit crunchy. But I also want to make sure the mushroom is also well cooked. And after stir frying for another 20-30 seconds, I think the dish is ready. I took the wok off the burner and put them on the counter, and I started to season the dish with some of my basic seasoning mix before I transfer it to the serving plate. The total cook time of this dish is about 2 minutes and 10 seconds. Without even tasting it, by looking at the appearance of the dish, I think the dish has done very well, and it has achieved what the quality required for wok chi. As I have discussed in a previous video, wok chi has 3 qualities. The first quality is the flavor molecule generated at high oil temperature by a chemical reaction known as the Maillard reaction. A second characteristic is that the caramelization of the ingredients. And the third is the charring of the ingredients. By looking at the appearance of this dish, it looks like all those 3 qualities might have been achieved. So of course the ultimate test is that what it tastes like. Since my wife is the residential mushroom tasting expert, so I asked her to provide her verdict. She said that the flavor of the mushroom is excellent. It goes really well with the broccoli and carrot. She said the texture of the mushroom is quite different from either the portobello mushroom or the white button mushroom. It is more firm in comparison to the other 2 mushrooms. She told me that the Maitake mushroom is more like morel mushroom, but actually it is even more firm than morel mushroom. Personally, I'm pretty neutral about mushroom, but when I taste this mushroom, I do like it because I prefer the firmer texture. This is an example of the application of the template-based cooking. Since I never have cooked this mushroom before, but by understanding the template, I immediately see that I can apply this template with this mushroom, and it turned out to be quite nicely. This is the reason why I think template-based cooking is a crucial part of my fast cooking system, because it provides the flexibility for making modifications and substitutions as you see fit. By having cooking to be more flexible, it allows you with greater opportunity to explore and to innovate. As you can tell in the beginning of this video, I have lots of this mushroom in my refrigerator, so I'm going to cook this with other type of dishes using other templates. I'm looking forward to it because I know I'm going to have a lot of fun with this mushroom. Thank you for watching. If you would like to learn more about my fast cooking system and also would like to make home cooking fun and sustainable, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you do, please click the like icon below because that will help me to reach a broader audience. I'll see you next time.